Hi everyone, welcome back to Blue Echo Games. Today, I'm going to take you behind the scenes as I work on sculptures for our game Shattered Moon and share 3 reasons why I think so many people, including me, give up on 3D modeling, and ways to fight that urge and keep going. Let's get started. I believe the biggest reason why so many people give up on 3D modeling is due to something intrinsic to the process, and something I faced immediately upon starting this sculpture. The initial blocky shapes that I create do not look pleasing, nor represent the final product. This entire sculpture will most likely come together during the final 10% of my sculpting time. This makes the reward curve of 3D modeling extremely non-linear, as we end up spending most of our working time slowly adding to a model with no real gratification until the last 10% when all the little tweaks and details bring the model to life. The lack of incremental reward during the sculpting process can kill motivation, and I think this is why so many of us give up on individual sculptures and sometimes the art form itself. How do we fight this? It's not easy, but I found that starting my journey with simple sculptures that I can finish in one session has allowed me to reach that satisfactory stage more regularly, which has given me the motivation to come back. Over time, I've started to gain confidence that that unpleasing shape I am currently sculpting will look good because I now understand how much a small cut, brush stroke, or modifier can completely change how a shape looks. Another helpful tool can be blind faith that whatever we are working on will work out eventually, even if we don't see it at the moment. This is probably one of those cases where the mindset of, I know I can do it, and I'm going to keep going until I do, is essential for finding a reason to open our modeling software every day and make progress, no matter how small. It may not look good yet, but it will look good in time. Another reason I think so many people give up on digital sculpting is a computer software's inherent inability to show us a truly 3-dimensional object. We are limited to a series of 2-dimensional views of whatever we are sculpting. We are always working with a limited view and a limited ability to manipulate the object. Because our input devices only send XY signals, we must work in 3 dimensions through a series of 2-dimensional commands. I think this conflicts with how we interact with the physical world and becomes a source of a unique mix of disorientation and frustration that has made me close Blender many times in the past. How do we push through this? I found that using the ordinal planes as reference views and limiting the number of axes I manipulate at any given time helps tremendously. This makes me view the sculpture as a series of different shapes from different perspectives and increases my control by limiting my input to one direction or angle at a time. Lastly, I found that finishing 3D sculptures represents an entire part of the process that doesn't give me very much artistic satisfaction, and I think it is the reason why so many of us abandon sculptures even when close to completion. When I reach the hyper-rewarding last 10% of sculpting and finish the artistic portion, I'm faced with the reality that I need to prepare the sculpture for printing. Unlike music or drawings where I am working with the piece in a form that is close to a result I can export upon finishing, a 3D sculpture usually requires slicing, rigging, or rendering depending on the use case. Sadly, preparing a sculpture for printing isn't very rewarding, nor does it add to its beauty. It is a relatively dry and tedious process, but essential for bringing a sculpture that floats in a computer's rendered space into the real world. How do we fight this? Getting past the processing stage often involves external, non-artistic motivation. I often think about the joy of painting the mini later, what I might do with the unit strategically on the tabletop, or my desire to offer the STL on the Blue Echo web store. Finding a good reason to push ourselves to complete the tedious preparation stage can keep us going. If all else fails, you can tell yourself that the world needs your creation. Remind yourself that humanity deserves to experience your masterpiece, and it's your duty to bestow your amazing creation upon the world. I think these are the 3 biggest reasons that have kept me from modeling as much as I have wanted to in the past. But I'm going to use this YouTube channel and my desire to make you awesome minis as reasons to open Blender every day. Perhaps we can help each other. I'll continue to model every day as long as it takes, and you can work on that project. You know, the one you want to do but can never find the time to work on? Let me know in the comments what that is, and I'll become your #1 fan. You can also join our Discord, where our lovely community can glaze you nonstop. Please subscribe if you want to be a part of our crazy journey. I'm excited to share my progress with you, and every subscription, video like, and comment truly means so much. Thank you. If you're interested in our miniature war game, Shattered Moon, you can go to our website, blueechogames.com, and download everything you need to play for free. See you next week.